Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the mountains, there lived a young man named Koji. Koji was known for his kind heart and gentle nature, but he had one flaw that troubled him greatly. He was an overthinker. His mind was constantly filled with worries, doubts, and endless thoughts that prevented him from fully enjoying life's simple pleasures. One day, as Koji was walking through the village, he came across an old wise man sitting under a cherry blossom tree. The wise man had a serene smile on his face, and his eyes seemed to hold the wisdom of ages. Intrigued by the old man's peaceful demeanor, Koji approached him and asked, "Excuse me, sir, but how do you manage to stay so calm and free from the burden of overthinking?" The old man chuckled softly and motioned for Koji to sit beside him. "Ah, my young friend," he said, "I was once just like you, consumed by the incessant chatter of my own mind. But I discovered a simple practice that changed my life forever. Would you like to learn it?" Eager to find a way out of his overthinking habits, Koji nodded enthusiastically. The old man continued, "Very well, Koji. I want you to find a quiet place every day and sit there for just 1 minute. During that minute, I want you to focus solely on your breath. Inhale deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale slowly, letting go of all your worries and thoughts. Do this every day for just 1 minute, and you will never overthink again." Koji was taken aback by the simplicity of the old man's advice. He had expected something more profound or complex. Nevertheless, he decided to give it a try. The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, Koji found a peaceful spot near a babbling brook. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and began his 1-minute practice. At first, Koji found it challenging to quiet his mind. Thoughts would rush in like a raging river, pulling him away from the present moment. But he persisted, gently bringing his focus back to his breath each time his mind wandered. Gradually, as days turned into weeks, Koji noticed a subtle shift within himself. As he continued the practice, Koji began to develop a newfound awareness of his thoughts. He realized that he had the power to choose which thoughts to engage with and which to let go. With each passing day, the grip of overthinking loosened its hold on him. He found himself becoming more present, more attentive to the beauty that surrounded him. Koji's transformation did not go unnoticed by the villagers. They marveled at his newfound calmness and sought his advice on various matters. Koji would smile and tell them about the power of the 1-minute practice. Many villagers followed his example, and soon the village became a haven of peace and tranquility. Word of Koji's wisdom reached the ears of a renowned Zen master who resided in a distant monastery. Intrigued by Koji's simple yet profound practice, the Zen master decided to pay him a visit. When they met, the Zen master looked deeply into Koji's eyes and said, "Young man, your practice has brought you great insight. But remember, true liberation lies not in the absence of thoughts, but in the acceptance of them." Koji was puzzled by the Zen master's words. He had always believed that overthinking was his enemy, and now he was being told otherwise. Sensing his confusion, the Zen master explained further, "Koji, thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky of your mind. They come and go, sometimes stormy, sometimes calm. But just as the sky remains unchanged by the clouds, your true nature remains untouched by the thoughts that arise. Instead of trying to suppress or control your thoughts, learn to observe them with a gentle curiosity. See them as passing visitors, neither good nor bad, and let them go as effortlessly as they came." Koji listened intently, realizing that he had indeed been missing a crucial aspect of his practice. From that day forward, he embraced both the stillness of his breath and the dance of his thoughts. He learned to witness the ebb and flow of his mind without judgment or attachment. Years passed, and Koji became a respected teacher in his own right. People from far and wide sought his guidance on how to overcome overthinking. He would share the 1-minute practice, along with the Zen master's wisdom, reminding them that liberation lies not in suppressing thoughts, but in embracing them with equanimity. And so, the village of Koji became a sanctuary for those seeking solace from the burdens of overthinking. Each person who practiced the 1-minute meditation discovered their own unique path to peace and clarity. And in the process, they realized that the key to a quiet mind was not found in endless searching, but in the simplicity of being fully present, even for just 1 minute a day. The villagers would gather every evening under the cherry blossom tree where Koji first met the wise old man. They would sit in silence, their eyes closed, breathing deeply and letting go of their worries and thoughts. In that moment, time seemed to stand still as the collective energy of the village merged into a harmonious symphony of peace. One evening, as Koji sat among the villagers, he noticed a young woman who seemed particularly troubled. Her face was etched with lines of worry, and her eyes held a sadness that seemed to pierce through his heart. After the meditation session, Koji approached her and gently asked if there was anything he could do to help. The young woman, whose name was May, looked up at Koji with tear-filled eyes. "I cannot quiet my mind no matter how hard I try," she whispered. "My thoughts consume me, and I feel trapped in a never-ending cycle of overthinking." Koji smiled compassionately and took May's hand. "Dear May, I understand your struggle. But remember, the 1-minute practice is not about forcefully silencing your thoughts. It is about cultivating awareness and acceptance. Let us sit together tomorrow morning, and I will guide you through the practice." The next morning, Koji and May found a quiet spot near a blooming field of wildflowers. They sat side by side, their eyes closed, and began their 1-minute practice. Koji gently guided May to focus on her breath, encouraging her to observe her thoughts without judgment. At first, May found it difficult to stay present. Her mind would wander to past regrets or future worries, pulling her away from the here and now. But with Koji's guidance, she gradually learned to acknowledge her thoughts without getting entangled in them. She discovered that by simply observing her thoughts as they arose and letting them go, she could create space for stillness and clarity. Days turned into weeks, and May's overthinking began to lose its grip on her. She found herself becoming more attuned to the beauty of the present moment. The vibrant colors of the wildflowers seemed to dance before her eyes, and the soft rustling of the wind became a soothing melody in her ears. One day, as May sat in quiet contemplation, she felt a profound sense of gratitude wash over her. She realized that her overthinking had been a gift in disguise, a catalyst for her journey of self-discovery and inner peace. With tears of joy streaming down her face, she thanked Koji for his guidance and the 1-minute practice that had transformed her life. As word spread of May's transformation, more and more villagers sought Koji's guidance. The village of Koji became a beacon of hope for those burdened by overthinking, a place where people could find solace and rediscover the simplicity of being fully present. Over time, Koji's teachings reached far beyond the village. People from distant lands traveled to seek his wisdom, and his reputation as a master of the 1-minute practice grew. He would often share the story of May and how her journey from overthinking to inner peace inspired countless others to embark on their own path of self-discovery. And so, the 1-minute practice became a global phenomenon, touching the lives of people from all walks of life. From busy city dwellers to weary travelers, everyone found solace in the simplicity of taking just 1 minute each day to be fully present. The practice spread like wildfire, reaching the farthest corners of the world. It became a reminder that true liberation lies not in suppressing or controlling our thoughts, but in embracing them with acceptance and curiosity. And in that acceptance, we find the freedom to live fully and authentically. And so, dear viewer, I invite you to take a moment now. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let go of all your worries and thoughts. Inhale deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale slowly, releasing any tension or stress. Allow yourself to be fully present in this moment, even if just for 1 minute. As you continue this practice, may you discover the power of presence and the beauty of embracing your thoughts with equanimity. May you find peace in the simplicity of being fully here, right now. And may you remember that true liberation lies not in the absence of thoughts, but in the acceptance of them. For it is in that acceptance that we find the freedom to live fully, to love deeply, and to embrace the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. So, my friend, take just 1 minute each day to be fully present, and you will never overthink again.